Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Christina. And she sent in an article she wanted me to read. And here's the article. On the popular ridicule of narcissism, everyone is a narcissist to their ex-spouse. Oh, God. Oh, boy. The topic of narcissism is in vogue. Hundreds of popular articles have been written in recent years on the narcissistic personality, its symptoms, and its effects on human relationship. The popularity of this topic is enough to lead one to believe that narcissistic personality disorder has reached pandemic levels. Indeed, some have insisted that it has. Of course it has. This societal narcissism. And now psychology today is about to fucking gaslight us all, telling us it doesn't really exist. Right? Right? Almost all the popular literature on narcissism is bound by one theme: the toxic nature of narcissism as a personality trait and disorder. Within the past week, I have found articles written by professionals referencing the despicable nature and evil of narcissism. Surely working or living with a narcissistic person may be no easy task, but could you imagine the uproar if schizophrenia, autism, or bipolar were described as evil and despicable? Here's the difference, dumbass. Here's the difference, dumbass. Schizophrenia, autism, and bipolar aren't choices. They can't be helped. Narcissism is a choice. The cluster B personalities are a choice. They choose to act this way. They choose to calculate. They choose to use people. Everything they do is they choose it for their own self-serving purposes. It is a choice. That's why it's so toxic. That's why it's evil. That's why it can't be tolerated. Dumbass. He compares three conditions that can't be helped to one that can. Yeah, they're not equal. They're apples and oranges. The fact that narcissism, and more specifically narcissistic personality disorder, is a difficult problem does not excuse its now fashionable, pervasive ridicule. Oh, no, it does. It does excuse it, because that's what you need to do to the narcissist. That's the only way you could possibly stop them, is to ridicule them, is to gaslight them right back. It's unbelievable. See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. With the rules of narcissism. The rules don't apply to you. They have a different set of rules than for everyone else. They can ridicule everyone. Oh, it's okay. Why? Because they have narcissistic personality disorder, and though they're there gaslighting and ridiculing you, you can't do anything to them. Why? Because they have a disorder. Please. So this is how societal narcissism happened. This. Writings such as those referenced above remind us that the narcissistic person is just as worthy as understanding and compassion as others. No, they're not. No, they're not, because nothing about them is real. It's all an act. It's all a fiction, and it's all calculated to use you. In fact, it's only through empathetic understanding that narcissistic personality can be treated. Right. Go bite keep touching that hot stove. Keep fucking with the tigers and watch what happens. They want to tell you to try to be empathetic. And who wrote this? Mark LCSW. That's like telling somebody to go put on a meat suit and go walk into a lion's den. Be empathetic to and understanding to the narcissist. That's what'll help them. Holy God. This recent trend also reminds us that narcissistic personality disorder is one of the most readily weaponized psychiatric diagnoses because it's so destructive and toxic. Because they're sociopaths. Do you understand? Sociopaths. Sociopaths, before we threw the doors open to the mental institutions in the 80s, sociopaths who would have been locked up. One has to look no further than the common claims of narcissism in divorce proceedings and the abundance of articles written on the supposed narcissism of our political enemies. It is almost as if narcissism has become the catch-all to describe those we dislike and whom we disagree. In a way, sometimes it does get overused, but we are not to the point where we could say we're just like quote unquote some new form of McCarthyism. No, there's plenty of narcissism. And the fact that you see it in divorce proceedings doesn't mean you should negate it as some kind of popular tactic. Because for decades, people had no idea how to even put it into words what was happening. The only thing different now than then is now we can put it into words. What used to be emotional abuse or verbal abuse is now narcissistic personality disorder. Nothing's changed other than we've been able to develop a category, a vocabulary for it, to put it into words so we can express what the hell is going on. Now it's an academic bullshit. Even mental health professionals can be guilty of diagnosing narcissism in disagreeable patients due to counter-transferential mechanisms. This gross over-application to the narcissistic concept can render it meaningless. The psychiatrist Thomas Saz put it this way: narcissist, a psychoanalytic term for the person who loves himself more than his analyst, considered to be the manifestation of a dire mental disease whose successful treatment depends on the patient learning to love his analyst more than himself and himself less. What? No, that's just a narcissistic analyst. You don't get it. They don't get it. These people will fucking destroy you. These aren't people you to be trifled with. These aren't people they aren't looking for help. What I submit is, the people you're helping aren't narcissists. They're people who have been abused by narcissists, and you can't figure out, Jesus, these people are incompetent. They are incompetent. In the concept of narcissism, if the concept of narcissism is to have meaning, we must be cautious and guarded in its application. We must also remember the psychoanalytic wisdom that we all have some degree of narcissism. Yeah, but we all don't sit there plotting against people, for sympathy or attention or whatever the narcissist does, or money, control. What is this? What is this? And most importantly, we must bear in mind that narcissistic individuals experience genuine suffering and are just as worthy of compassionate treatment and understanding as other mentally ill persons. No, they're not. Why? Because other mentally ill persons are mentally ill. The narcissist isn't mentally ill. They're choosing this personality disorder. They're not mentally ill. They make clear, calculated decisions that are evil to destroy you. That's not mentally ill. That's making a choice to serve your own needs because you're a sociopath. You're not mentally ill. You're a sociopath. Sociopaths can't be helped. They don't want to be helped. Greater emphasis should be placed on the dynamic interpretation of narcissism as a defense mechanism and its treatment as a psychiatric disorder, rather than on its popular description of evil and despicable phenomenon. See, now they want to make it like, oh, they're just acting that way as a defense mechanism. No, they're choosing to act that way. They're choosing to act that way. Let's see. Is a psychotherapist in Tampa and serves as an affiliate assistant professor of psychiatry at the adjunct instructor. No, this guy is bad news. Mark L. Ruffalo, you're bad news and you're incompetent and you don't know the first thing about narcissism. You're telling people to basically put on a meat suit and then go be compassionate when the fucking lion mauls you. Idiot. 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 This is a choice. It's not a mental illness. It's a choice. Societal narcissism run amok. Thanks, Psychology Today. I always knew you were a steaming pile of monkey shit, and now you've proven it. So, let me know what you think, everyone. Please leave your comments in the comments section below. And thank you to Christina for sending this in, and thank you for the contribution. And if you'd like your story read on the channel, you'd have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd just like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it so they don't have to go to an idiot like Mark L. Ruffalo in fucking Tampa, okay? You know what to do, or you just want to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.